Meghan Markle reveals her wish for her future children to be born into a world where mixed-race people are no longer discriminated against, in resurfaced 2012 anti-racism video. The Duchess of Sussex is seen discussing her racial heritage and hopes for a friendlier world in a candid campaign video dating back to February 2012. The resurfaced video, filmed as part of the I Won't Stand For campaign for U.S. charity Erase the Hate, saw stars including Meghan Markle and her former Suits co-star Patrick J. Adams calling for an end to prejudice. The former actress, 38, whose father Thomas Markle is Caucasian and mother Doria Ragland is African American, had not met Prince Harry yet, and spoke about her experiences witnessing racial slurs and seeing her mother being called the N-word. Meghan, who now shares 7-month-old Archie with husband Prince Harry, 35, spoke at the time about her hopes for a more accepting world by the time her children were born. Dressed in a white t-shirt emblazoned with the slogan "I won't stand for racism," she said, "I am really proud of my heritage on both sides, I'm really proud of where I've come from and where I'm coming. But I hope by the time I have children that people are even more open-minded to how things are changing and that having a mixed world is what it's all about. Certainly it makes it a lot more beautiful and a lot more interesting." Speaking about her own experiences, she admitted the campaign felt very personal to her. Recalling her own experiences, she said, "For me, I think it hits a really personal note. I'm biracial, most people can't tell what I'm mixed with, and so much of my life has felt like being a fly on the wall. And so some of the slurs I've heard, the really offensive jokes or the names, it has just hit me in a really strong way. A couple of years ago I heard someone call my mom the N-word. So I think for me, beyond being personally affected by racism, to see the landscape of what our country is like right now and certainly the world, and to want things to be better." Revealing that many people don't realize her background, she said, "Certain people don't look at me and see me as a black woman or a biracial woman. They treat me differently, I think, than they would if they knew what I was mixed with." She added, "That can be a struggle as much as it can be a good thing depending on the people you are dealing with." Meghan then revealed that when her grandfather moved the family from Cleveland to LA, they had to use the back door whenever they stopped for food. She said, "I thought that was really isolated to those days that have passed, and sadly they are not." In 2015, 2 years before she met Prince Harry, Meghan wrote a candid article for American Elle magazine in which described her experiences of growing up mixed race. Meghan's parents met at a TV studio in Los Angeles, where Thomas was working as a lighting director and Doria was a temp in the studio. Meghan said after marrying and having her, they settled in a leafy and affordable neighborhood where Doria, caramel in complexion with her light-skinned baby in tow, was asked where my mother was, because they assumed she was the nanny. She described a touching story of how Doria and Thomas, although they divorced when Meghan was 6, worked hard to make sure their daughter felt included. "When I was about 7, I had been fawning over a boxed set of Barbie dolls. It was called the Hart Family and included a mom doll, a dad doll and 2 children. This perfect nuclear family was sold in sets of white dolls or black dolls. I don't remember coveting one over the other, I just wanted one. On Christmas morning, there I found my Hart Family, a black mom doll, a white dad doll and a child in each color. My dad had taken the sets apart and customized the family." A nastier encounter of racism occurred one day when the adolescent Meghan returned from university to visit her mother in Los Angeles. Meghan wrote, "She was called the N-word. We were leaving a concert and she wasn't pulling out of a parking space quickly enough for another driver. I looked to my mom, her eyes welling with hateful tears. We drove home in deafening silence, her chocolate knuckles pale from gripping the wheel so tightly." Meghan stressed, "While my mixed heritage may have created a gray area surrounding my self-identification, keeping me with a foot on both sides of a fence, I have come to embrace that. To say who I am, to share where I'm from, to voice my pride in being a strong, confident mixed-race woman."